Aloha educators! So I'm here to show you a wonderful web tool called Kahoot. Kahoot is a free online accessible resource that teachers can utilize within the classroom. It kind of resembles a game interface, but it can be engaging and educational. So I want to show you how it works. So let's get started. So the first thing you want to do is get an account. You want to go to the site first, of course. So you want to be able to make your account. So you can click Get My Free Account, which is right here. Or if you already have an account, you can sign in. So you can sign in with Google, or if you made an account without using Google, you would sign in here. Me, I made an account without using Google, so I'm just going to sign in. Okay, so as soon as you sign in, here's what you'll see. They give you the option to make a new Kahoot. And you can make a new quiz, you can make a brand new jumble game, you can make a discussion post or a survey. Me, I like using Kahoot for the quiz feature. I typically use the quiz feature for informal and formal assessments, literacy-based, math-based, anything. Like it's so great for any content you want to teach. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is name your Kahoot. So I'm just going to name it, and a description is required. So a fake quiz about nothing. Okay, who's it visible to? You can make it visible to anybody or just yourself. Me, I always make it visible to everybody just in case I want to share my Kahoot with other teachers. They'll be able to see it and be able to access it and utilize it in their classrooms as well. So the audience they're going to ask you for, I usually say it's for school, but if it's something else on this list, please select whatever applies. Okay, and if you want to add an image here, you can, which will show up on your Kahoot quiz. If you want to add an intro video, you can. Me, I'm just ready to start it. I'm going to click OK, go. So the first thing I want to do is add a question. So I built up a list of questions just to insert here because it's a fake quiz. These questions are irrelevant to me, but the questions come with answers, so it's great. So I'm just going to copy it, paste it here, and I get to choose a time limit. Typically, I stick with the default time limit of 20 seconds. It gives my kids enough time to think independently, but also be able to answer it in time. Okay, and yes, I wanted to award points because I use the points as an incentive. I don't use it to grade them on. I really use it as an incentive. So you do need at least 2 answers for each question. Typically I put 4, so that way they have more choices and it gives them more time to think about what's going on. So the answer they have over here, I'm going to name that answer number 1. I'm going to come up with some fake answers. So say cake, juice, Stanton. So now I have to choose which answer is correct. And by doing that, I'll click the little check button next to the option. That shows me that my answer is correct. You can put credit resources on where you got your information from, and you also can add a video or an image from your computer or online. Next, I'm going to come up with one more question. Copy, I'm going to paste. Everything's staying the same. This time I'm going to make my answer a different choice. So it's going to be choice number 3. And again, I have to label which one's correct. And then I'm going to click next. So when I'm done, I can click save, which is in the upper right hand corner, and it's going to ask me to edit, preview, play, or share it. If I want to share it with colleagues, this is what I'll click. It'll give me a link and I can share it with them. If I want to play it just to test it out, I can. If I want to preview it just to see how it looks, I can. And if I need to go back and edit it and make any changes, here's the option. So I'm going to play it just to show you how it works. One thing I absolutely adore about Kahoot is that you can make it a collaborative event by making it a team mode type of thing. And clicking team mode, that feature allows you as the educator, as the teacher, to form teams and be able to allow students to collaborate and bounce ideas and answers off of each other. And I love that. Or you can have them do it independently and see if they understood the content from there. Typically, I have them do it independently, but if I'm feeling a little fun, I do teams. I do like teams a lot. So, classic, they have some options down here. I always keep these options the same, but you are more than welcome to change them. So, answer streak bonus. If they answer more than one question or two questions correctly, then it will label it on the screen. Oh, Kira has answered 3 questions correctly. She is on an answer streak. Okay. As far as the podium, this increases anticipation and gives players the chance to experience their own epic win by celebrating first, second, or third. So, if you have more than 3 players, they do have a podium at the end, like an image that kind of shows them who came in first, second, and third. I've used this before, and I kind of noticed that kids would get upset, so I kind of left it as is because it wasn't showing them who came in 4th, 5th, 6th. They didn't like that too much, so I'm leaving that out. Okay, randomized order of questions. I tend to use my Kahoots over and over and over again as a reinforcement. So if I'm doing that, I don't want my kids to memorize the color blocks in the order that it comes in. Because if you don't randomize your orders of your questions or your answers, then they typically memorize the questions, which comes first, which comes second, which comes third. And because Kahoot goes by color blocks, and I'll show you, and shapes, they typically would write them down, and I've noticed that, or they'll memorize them. So they weren't memorizing the content, they were only memorizing the colors or the shapes. I didn't like that, so I randomized the order of the questions and the answers. Okay, a 2-step join. It's just giving them an extra step to join in. I didn't really like that because my kids take long as is just to sign in, so I didn't want any more delays. I displayed my game pin throughout the whole entire game because sometimes my kids will go to the bathroom and come back and be like, Miss Elfori, I didn't get to log in. And then I'm like, oh gosh, I'm not starting the game over, so you have to wait. But when you leave the game pin on throughout the whole entire game, kids are able to see it, type it in their laptops, and join in the game at any given time. Show, minimize, intro instructions. If I'm going to explain to you what to do, you should listen. If you don't know what to do, that means you weren't listening and you're going to follow directions next time. If you choose to leave this option on, you're more than welcome to, and it'll help the kids understand what to do if they weren't paying attention. Or maybe you just forgot to explain, or maybe you just didn't choose to explain. Okay. Automatically move through questions. So it's going to just go to the next question without me clicking it. If you click off, that means you have to manually click the next question. And require players to rejoin after each Kahoot. Typically, I don't like that because it takes a lot of time. But if you want to build any type of fluency in terms of their typing, you can do that. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to choose Classic. So in order to join, I have to have someone type in this Kahoot pin right here and then be able to join in. So I'm going to do it on my phone. I go to kahoot.it and the Kahoot screen comes up and it says game pin. So I'm going to enter my game pin, which is 893808. Once I click enter, it's going to ask me for a nickname. My nickname that I'm going to put is Liz. I press OK go. You should see me on the screen. Once your kids join in, you can definitely, well, the timer would already start, so you can just let it go. But if they put in an inappropriate screen name, you can easily click that little thing right there and kick them out. Okay, so here we go. Name the largest freshwater lake in the world. So it's going to give me my options. Lake Superior, Lake Ontario, Lake Kikiwaka, Lake Liz. Now I'm going to choose the correct answer, or the wrong answer, so that way you can see wrong. So it's going to tell me that I have the incorrect answer, and it actually shows you which answer I clicked incorrectly and which answer was actually correct. Now I'm going to choose the right answer for the second question. And it's going to show me that I got it correct. I have a 1 answer streak, and it shows me that I clicked the correct answer. And at the end, it can give you a little screen that shows you how many answers I got correct and incorrect. I can save my results, and typically in classrooms, that's great because you want to see who understands the content. It'll put everything in a little spreadsheet for you, and then you'll be able to see who got an understanding, see who needs reinforcement, see who needs to play the game over and over again in order to understand it, or maybe they just need another lesson. So that's how you use Kahoot. I hope you enjoyed. Bye!